Hello and welcome to Talking Sports Live. I'm Rob J. We got to get some better cuers. He said we had 1 minute, and then 5 seconds later. Well, welcome to the show. We are broadcasting from the Full Moon Barbecue in Madison, Mississippi, 1935 Main Street in Madison. I'm Rob J. along with Jamie Horton and our very special guest, Mrs. Tanya Adams. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
It's good to see you.
Well, thank you.
You're not a vegan, are you?
No, I'm a carnivore.
Well, we're going to have a good time tonight.
All right.
And for those who may not know Tanya, she played at Murrah High School, and she also went on to play at Mississippi State in basketball. So, you know, we when you played during those times, was Murrah still a powerhouse?
Actually, when I played at Murrah, I got to Murrah in 1988.
Okay.
And Murrah was known as the school for boys basketball.
Right.
Because you had James Robinson, you had all of them. So when I came, the girls' team wasn't known. So my sophomore year, we started, building a team. Coach Anna Jackson. By that time, they realized there was another team at 1400 Murrah Drive. Matter of fact, I have an article that says just that. There's another team at 1400 Murrah Drive.
Right.
So we started building that team. I was part of the Twin Towers, me and Tara Sheriff.
Wow, that is so right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Tara was 1 year behind me. But we started building that team from 88 through 90 during my years there. I got Coach Jackson to her first state championship, but I couldn't get her that gold ball. They got it the year after I left. My nemesis, Niecy Johnson.
Clinton.
From Clinton.
Yeah.
Exactly. I still have nightmares about that.
She was a good player, man.
That's
Ed Bishop alma mater.
Oh, God.
Now, was Tamika Reed on that team?
Oh, no.
No, Tamika's young.
That was
years
okay.
behind me. I
Yeah.
think she came in what?
96. Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, it was
Did I ever interview you?
myself. You did, Rob.
I remember that.
Coach
And
Jackson still got the tape.
she
That's
said,
what she said.
because
Lord.
you played you went with Tara, and Tara went on to play at she went on to Ole Miss,
Yes.
right? And before she came to Jackson State,
Yes.
and you went to Mississippi State.
Yes.
You guys didn't collaborate to go to Ole Miss together?
No, because Van Chancellor, he did come into the Murrah gym, and he recruited me. But then I realized he wanted a deal, the two of us. So he was really coming for Tara. I was just going to be a part of the package.
Okay.
So, no, that didn't work out.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I wasn't going up there.
You had a good time at Mississippi State?
I love Mississippi State.
Yeah, because the other night when we were at this little event, you were up there talking about Mississippi State this, Mississippi State that, Mississippi State
I'm
this.
a bulldog through and through. Believe me,
She is, Rob.
But now
this gentleman that just walked
Ryan
in,
Lorthridge?
Yeah, Ryan and I used to scrimmage against each other and at Murrah. Coach Jackson didn't allow us to play against each other. She allowed us to play against the boys.
Yes.
That's why y'all was so good.
That's why we were good. We played against Coach Jordan boys.
Wow. And then Coach Jordan boys played against guys that played at Murrah. That's what Ryan told me. We're going to talk with Ryan in just a moment. We're going to remember the life of Coach Andy Stoglin, who passed away this week, and we'll remember him.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. But so Jamie, she was a bad player.
She was bad. She's a good friend of mine. I've been knowing her a while. Her and her husband are good people. And her son's at Mississippi State right now, Rob.
Yes,
When I tell you that she bleeds maroon and white, she bleeds it. I think if you cut her right now, her blood is not red.
One side gonna come out maroon and white, the other side pink and green.
I just
Yeah,
got
pick your blood look like that. You might go somewhere else. Go to the hospital. Go to the hospital for real. Pink and green blood's not gushing out. I'm gonna take off running.
I just want to know, I think that Murrah and Lanier, of course, are really the two top basketball schools really in this city.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you had the Callaways, they came on late, and then you Provine, when Wayne Brent came. But the thing that Anna Jackson and Alvin Jordan did when they started, I would say a dynasty there.
They did.
You got people like Mo Williams, Ryan Lockridge, Lindsey Hunter, all those guys, James Robinson.
I asked Ryan, how did all those guys get the Murrah?
Jesse,
I think they checked them papers.
I'm serious.
Ain't no way.
You can't really leave it at this.
They changed the school district because really I was supposed to go to Callaway.
But you cheated.
The school district changed right before because I was at Chastain.
Mm-hmm.
The school district changed the year I was supposed to go to high school, and I ended up at Murrah. And I did not want to go to Murrah. I really wanted to go to Callaway.
You
but
did?
The district changed.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, that's why.
The ladies, like you said, y'all scrimmaged against the guys, but after you guys came, you had like Tamika, the Rogers sisters.
Mm-hmm.
What made y'all so good that y'all just developed? I mean, I know Coach Jackson was a great coach,
Yes.
but was it a thing of competing against the guys and that nature? Because they was good and
they were good. They had competing against the guys stronger. But Coach Jackson taught fundamentals, which I think is missing now. In the game, she taught fundamentals. She also exposed us to different things. Back in the 80s and 90s, you didn't get exposed to different camps. She took us out of the state to go to camp, so we got to play against other players.
Mm-hmm.
But she emphasized fundamentals. She was also a disciplinarian.
Yes.
She kept our minds focused.
Mm-hmm.
We joke now, but you couldn't even have a boyfriend.
You can't do that now.
Oh, they have everything now. But Coach Jackson,
she wouldn't want you to. Why didn't she want you to have a boyfriend?
She wants you focused.
She wants you focused.
So she didn't allow. Now we snuck and did some things that she eventually found out about. But on paper, you wasn't supposed to have a boyfriend. You had a curfew.
Wow.
She was a disciplinarian, which I think is what's missing now.
Mm-hmm.
The coaches served as your parents then, whereas now anything goes.
Yeah.
So her and Osmond Jordan was.
They tag team.
Yeah, it was kind of like the same coaches to me. I mean, both of them was very disciplinarian. And both of them taught fundamentals.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Murrah was just, Murrah used to be a football school. Murrah had so much talent that it was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And we're going to get into who I think was the best player that ever came through Murrah.
Women or men?
Both.
What, boys or girls?
Both.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll discuss that later.
But I remember Tara Sheriff, man. She was,
Yes.
and now that you mention it, Miss Tanya, I remember
Yes.
that. I certainly do. I certainly do. And I was so glad when she came to Jackson State. When she left Ole Miss, came to Jackson State.
I tried to come back home to Jackson State my freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
I did because I got to Mississippi State and was homesick.
Mm-hmm.
So I really did try to transfer back.
How were you homesick? It was just.
It didn't matter. That was my first time being away from home.
Is that right?
I'd never been away from home like that. So I tried, but my mom told me no.
Mm-hmm.
You stay up there. You sign that letter of intent to go to Mississippi State. You gonna stay up there. And I think that's what's missing these days.
Who was the coach then?
Jerry Henderson. He was at Warren Central at the time. Well, before Mississippi State, he was at Warren Central. I think he was like one of the winningest coaches in Warren Central history.
Okay.
But my mom wouldn't let me come back. I had talked to Coach Ivory, had worked out a little plan to transfer, but she said no. She nipped it.
Wow. The thing I remember about Anna Jackson, and this was after the Murrah days, she became administrator with JPS, and I went to. There was a tournament going on at Murrah, and it was delayed because the clock wasn't working. So I'm with the TV station. So I go over there with the camera. She said, "Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it." I said, "Okay, yeah, man." She wouldn't let me shoot the clock because I was going to show why the game was delayed. I was going to shoot the clock. She said, "Don't." It's like, "Yes, ma'am, I won't."
She's a very special lady. I still talk to her. We still communicate. She's still Anna Jackson. If you knew her then, she's still the same.
Do you still play a little bit?
Oh no.
You don't?
No.
Why not? Twin Tower?
retired.
Retired?
My knees have retired.
They have?
Yeah.
So tell us what are you doing now?
Right now, I'm the director of finance accounting at the Mississippi Center for Justice,
Okay.
which is downtown. The free time, spent some time with my son, who's a graduate student at Mississippi State. He played football at Belle Haven, but now he's graduating. He's gone on to get his master's in sports administration from Mississippi State. Just spending time with my family.
So you're housed in the Regents building.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Did you see those peeping Toms come down? We got old peeping Tom right here.
Yeah,
Climb
one
down.
on right
there.
is right here.
Yeah, he climbed down that building.
What was really going on? Why would they do it?
They were doing a fundraiser for the Blairy Batson Hospital, and that you had to pay $1,000. But the guy who did it for us, Ed Bishop, he ain't got no $1,000. he snuck his way in to do it. See, somebody didn't show up, but he's old peeping Tom. Yeah, and he coming down, he looking all in for one.
Our office is on the 18th floor, so they had to start on the 22nd floor.
Yeah.
So we saw them come down, and somebody paused at our window.
That was him.
That was him.
That was him.
He looked at that and saw you. He old peeping Tom.
And he probably stayed there. He probably stayed about 5 minutes.
He stayed there. Because they told him just keep going. You just heard him when he said, "I'll stop." I was looking. That's what he do. But Miss Tanya, we're so happy to have you here. And do you still keep up with basketball, NBA, and stuff like that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Definitely keep up with Mississippi State basketball, of course. We saw Josh Hubbard the other day at that event.
Right.
Keep up with the women's basketball. Watching NBA playoffs now. So yeah. Definitely keep up with basketball, all sports.
Yeah. Now I talked with Josh Hubbard's dad, and he said Josh is the best player to come out of Mississippi.
And for what?
Basketball.
High school? I mean, like all time?
Yeah.
That's what he said?
Yes.
Yeah.
Josh is a great player.
Yeah.
But I go back to Mahmoud.
Yeah. Chris Jackson was the best player ever came through this state. What do you say?
I'm kind of biased. I think the best players came out of Murrah. James Robinson.
James is a great player. Yeah.
Lindsey Hunter.
Yeah, he's a great player.
My guy sitting over here.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan.
But you're missing one.
Who did?
I just really feel
Jesse
Payton. I think the thing Jesse Payton used to do with a basketball was just outstanding.
And he was a great defensive player.
Yes, he was.
What about Monte?
He went to Lanier.
You just count. If they went to another school, they don't count.
She don't count.
Oh, you don't count. Okay.
Ronnie Henderson.
Yes. Yeah, Ronnie. Yes. Othello.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
This is the thing. How did Murrah gather all these guys up? Something ain't right with this. They had a superstar team.
They all stayed right there in the same neighborhood.
But Rob, they might say the same thing about y'all, about Lanier.
Oh, they know that. Yeah, I am. But I know Billups. I know Billups didn't follow the rules when it came to recruiting no players. No, I'm sorry. But no, man, everybody. But I tell you this though, when I got to WLBT in 1991, JPS, I mean, it was basketball was just off the charts.
Yeah,
and I kind of hated it because I tried to get to the games and shoot the game. People all around the building. It's not like that now.
Yeah,
no,
it's falling off a little bit.
They go to the private schools.
Yeah,
because more exposure.
Yeah.
It's not, and I guess because the school system has changed versus when we were at JPS, it wasn't just about athletics, it was academics. So now because it's changed,
hold your mic up a little bit
higher. They're going more to the private school sector because, sometimes private schools will pay for their tuition.
Right.
To be honest. And then again, the exposure.
Did you ever thought that you would see so many black kids at MISA schools, MAAS,
like MRA and Jackson Academy?
No, I didn't. Kind of disappointed that JPS has declined the way it has as far as its athletics, because I remember we were playing how we were, how it was, and to see it now, it's kind of it's kind of depressing to see what we build has declined to where it is now.
But like you say, I mean, at that time, almost every JPS school was good in basketball. I mean, even Bailey Magnet was good in basketball. Now they wasn't nothing in football.
Wingfield had some talent.
Morris Hill, Jim Hill was good. But Murrah, Lanier, Provine, and Callaway,
up echelon.
But Murrah was the cream of the crop.
And I know when we played like those schools, we actually had to move the games from the schools to the athletic and assembly center because the crowd would not let us have it in our own gyms.
Who was your biggest rival when you played at Murrah in high school?
Callaway.
Callaway?
Callaway.
Who was Callaway's coach
at the time?
At that time, it was
Sergeant,
Coach. She's with the Tiger Fund now.
Yeah.
I know you talking about Miss Jackson.
Maxine. Johnson.
She sure was.
Yeah. Before her, it was, what was his name? Sergeant or corporate? I can't remember. It was a guy, but then she came in.
Right, and she was a good coach.
She was
a good coach.
I see her now at Jackson State football.
Yeah, I saw her the other day. I said, "You gonna be the new coach at Jackson State?" And she said, "No, my time is up." Well, we're gonna take a break. See the old peeping Tom. He see that right there. He doing like this.
That means time.
That means 30 seconds. 30 seconds. See, he old. See, he like to get old time like this. So that's me 30 seconds.
That's 30 seconds.
That's 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's really the authorized.
So don't go anywhere, Miss Tanya.
All right.
Okay. All right. We'll be back in.
Hi, this is Ed Trim with Pennington and Trim Alarms. If you're tired of dealing with those national companies and you'd rather do business with a local company, give us a call at 601-939-5231. We're a company you can trust. Let us in. We'll keep them out.
We feel strongly that clients are best served by a financial institution that has roots here, but also has an eye on the future. That's what we believe First Commercial Bank brings to our markets. Our idea is simple: deliver a consistently exceptional client experience each and every time. We have a unique story to tell, and our talented associates are dedicated to meeting the needs of our clients every day. Visit firstcommercialbk.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Accidents happen, and the Abston Law Firm wants to help you. Don't feel overwhelmed with disruptions to your life that accidents and injuries bring. Let Willie Abston work for you. At Abston Law Firm, you're important to us. Protecting your rights and helping you meet your future needs is our main goal. And we take pride in servicing our clients. We provide you with knowledgeable, caring legal representation. We are experienced and dedicated to helping you. Call for your free consultation today. Abston Law, located at 1307 Airport Road in Flowood.
This ain't gonna work. He told me 14 seconds.
Too retarded.
But anyway, welcome back to Talking Sports Live. This show is brought to you by Pennington and Trim Alarm Services. Let us in. We'll keep them out. Their number 601-939-5231. Also, First Commercial Bank, where business is personal, 601-709-7777. And Willie T. Abston Law Firm, knowledgeable, experienced, and caring, 601-487-8839. And see, these sponsors, they all work together because somebody breaking your house, Pennington and Trim will alert the police. Then you shoot them. Then you're gonna need some money to get out of jail. So you go to First Commercial Bank. When you go to court, you're gonna need Willie T. Abston to get you out. So they all work together. Yeah, we did it on purpose. We did. We have with us Miss Tanya Adams, former Murrah High School girls basketball star and former Mississippi State women's basketball star. Now, during that time, did you play after Mississippi State?
Did I play after?
Like go overseas and all that stuff?
No. I think after I graduated, the WNBA was just starting. And honestly, I didn't want to play anymore.
You didn't?
No.
Why not?
I don't think people realize being a student athlete is really a job. It's a job. You wake up, you work out, you go to class, you practice, study hall, that routine, road trips. It was tiring. So after my 4 years, I was ready to hang it up.
You don't want to coach?
Oh no, Miss Jackson trying to this day to get me to coach.
Really?
My coaching needs,
really?
They're different.
Wow. I think you make a good coach.
I do too.
They're very different. I can't.
Who the players?
The students,
the players.
Yeah, they're different.
Yeah. What you can't tell them nothing?
You can't tell them nothing. You know, back when we were playing, what she said go. Wasn't no going to tell my mama that you said this and mama coming up there.
Yeah.
If she said it, mama gonna agree with it.
It's not like that now.
No, it's different. But I want to know your opinion on the elevation of the women's game.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. I still think there's a vast difference in the NBA and the WNBA. the disparity
In pay.
Yes. It's bad, and the fact that they still have to go overseas just to make a little bit more.
Yes.
I think that's bad. I think the expansion would be good, but I don't know if it's going to bring the pay up to what these girls deserve.
They just announced that the WNBA players will now fly the. They won't fly commercial anymore.
Why they couldn't use the NBA teams planes before?
I don't know.
That's a good
but then the NBA they'll be flying charter now. So
they fly charter.
Yeah. So NBA they sponsor the WNBA or whatever.
Right. So why couldn't like the LA Sparks use the LA Lakers planes for road trips?
For the Sparks. Rob, man, you had this conversation.
Playing, huh?
Yeah, man, you had this conversation a few weeks ago. Along when Tamika was on the show. I mean, there's no reason why the WNBA should even be in that situation. When they brought up Angel's contract, how much she got paid. That was ridiculous. NBA player received that in the first 2 checks that she got getting for the whole year. Yeah, and that's not fair at all. If you talking about the budgets are way different.
I looked at the top 4 picks contract for the first year. They can come work with me and probably make more than that.
She's not lying.
I
wow. And Kaylin she's making that money through her endorsements.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's how she's become a millionaire, but she just couldn't live off of the WNBA check. And Brenda Growler was saying about, that stuff that happened in Russia. So the only reason why she was over there was because she had to subside.
All of them go overseas. Well, I'm not going to say all of them, but a majority of them do play overseas.
Yeah.
Wow.
That money is tax-free.
Yeah.
Well, maybe now with Caitlin in there and Angel and all these people that they just drafted, it'll start getting better and better people start watching it now. I think that's what's going to happen.
I hope so. I just hope they don't always focus on Caitlin.
Right.
There are other.
Oh, they're going to do that. They did that with Larry Bird.
Yeah, but there are other players.
Calm down now. You grin your teeth at your boy. I ain't part of this WNBA. Miss Tanya, other players. Do you watch the WNBA?
I do.
So NBA, who do you think is going to win the championship?
The NBA championship. I'm kind of rooting for OKC.
You root for OKC?
I like the young boys.
Are they still playing?
They played the Mavericks.
Oh, okay.
I told him who I thought was going to win. The way Minnesota's playing right now, I just think that they just,
Why you like OKC?
I like what's his name? SGA. That's him.
Yes,
like
Stephen Gilchrist Alexander.
I like him.
SGA.
Minnesota
Oh yeah, Anthony Edwards. He's just
What about the Knicks?
The who?
How you gonna laugh at my team? How you go? Come on now.
Well, my team
like
I like my team about to play off. So I'm like, yeah.
Why y'all fired that coach? It wasn't his
fault. I'm gonna tell you. Tanya, let me talk about this. We don't have this conversation.
We can't talk about whose fault it is because
well, Ryan is a Lakers fan. Ryan, you Lakers?
No.
You're a LeBron fan. Okay, let me tell you. We're gonna talk about this more when you come on. But in 2020, we had a championship team. Why would you go and break that up, Rod Pelinka?
But so the coach, that's not his fault.
No, Ham took us to the Western Conference Championship last year. True enough, he had a few breakdowns as far as certain stuff, but that wasn't his fault.
So he's a scapegoat like the 49ers defensive coordinator.
Bingo, exactly.
Now, they did not, that guy for the 49ers defensive coordinator, he should not have been fired. No. Because they held the Chiefs down. But the thing about it, they did a good job on the Chiefs. They really did. They just didn't know the overtime rules.
Well, and Kyle Shanahan should have fired himself. He's the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Let's go, no point. Exactly.
So wait, San Francisco fired the defensive coordinator?
Yes. They fired the, what is his name? The black guy.
Black too.
He used to be a head coach for Charlotte. What his name, Ryan? No, it was I forgot what his name, but he's a real good defensive coordinator. Right. But he got another job.
Oh, he did. Okay,
I think he's a position coach somewhere right now. But I'm just tired of these folks being scapegoats for other people who are not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
How many coaches have the Lakers had in the last?
I would say probably 4.
Under LeBron, how many coaches?
Under LeBron, we had Ham, Frank Vogel. Who had Ryan? When LeBron was there, just them two.
So who would you like to see the coach now?
And you know who I would like to see? There's his name not coming up. Mark Jackson.
That's good.
Let me tell you something.
They said LeBron might be the coach.
I hope not, Lord. Mark Jackson, he's the one that built the Warriors up to where they are today. He's getting all the credit.
You don't have to worry about the credit no more.
They gone. They shot. Yeah, I agree with you. Me and Ryan gonna talk about this Laker thing when he come on here. I know he likes. Yeah.
You like LeBron?
I have respect for him, but he's just not like my favorite.
Okay.
You know who Anthony Edwards game to me? Who he plays like? I'm talking about somebody that's in this building.
Ryan?
Look at Ryan's game and look at Anthony Edwards' game. Both of my slashers. They can shoot the mid-range shot real good, and they get to the rim. Mm-hmm. You have to look at the way they handle the ball because him and Lindsay really complemented each other. Mm-hmm. Like seriously, as you could, they tell you. But I mean, I just feel like Mara has so much talent on the girls and side and the boys side of the ball. I'm like Rob. It was just ridiculous how talented them guys were.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and it was fun to see.
Yeah, year in and year out. It was
fun to watch.
And the gym was packed every game.
Yes. It would be packed during the girls' game. But what we liked so much was for the guys. Like, for me, Ryan, I'm just gonna tell you, I have all admiration for Ryan. But Ryan did not show you all what he could do in high school.
That's correct.
He played around in high school.
Yeah, but in college he showed it.
He waited till I left and went to Starville. And couldn't really see his game, and then he wanted to decide to play. But in high school, Merv, he played around.
Well, I think you have to get it to the person who we here to honor tonight is
Coach Stoglin.
Yes, because I think that I don't think Coach Stoglin got the credit that he deserved. He didn't say too much. Him and Chris Giles and Strode, they made a great team. I was there when those guys was there. Yeah. We all went to school together. And when I tell you that team was loaded. Yeah. It was ridiculous.
And man, Coach Stoglin went under the radar as a successful winning coach.
Yes.
He's one of the most winningest coaches at Jackson State, period.
Yeah.
And in his sport. I mean, you look at his body of work, I was like, when I went back and looked at it and how he won the swag constantly, was named coach of the year. Why didn't he get the recognition he deserved?
And you know what, Rob, I wanted that too. He was there when Ben Joe was at Southern, right? And I think Ben got more credit, but let me tell you something about Stoglin. Stoglin didn't say too much. Mm-hmm. He just went about his business and he could recruit real good. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure Ryan gonna talk about that when he come on here, but his recruiting to me, he recognized talent.
Yeah.
And he built the team up that we really could have competed with anybody in the country. We lost to Southwest Missouri State because they came in there and slowed the ball down. Mm-hmm. We lost 70-52. I was hot that night. I was pissed. That game still makes me mad to this day because they was allowed just to hold the ball without a shot clock. Mm-hmm. But if that shot clock was in like it is now, and you he didn't. I mean, I got to get Southwest Missouri coach now. If you let me do it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Because Lindsay and them, Ryan and them, was a running team with him and Godfrey and all those guys, and we just couldn't do it. They did a half court set, and they just, we just lost that game. But if we would have won that game, we would have won NIT.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
And we shouldn't have been in the NIT. We should have been in the tournament.
Should have been in the tournament. Should have been in the NCAA. And it was because Southern should be forever grateful to Jackson State because they got that good seed because of JSU.
Bingo.
They did.
Southern and Jackson State was loaded. Both teams was that year.
Yeah.
Like seriously. Yeah. Southern had a pretty good team.
Because they beat Georgia Tech that year.
Yeah. What Avery on that team? Avery Jones?
Yeah. It was. Yeah. But Miss Tanya, it is so good to have you on. You got to come back now.
Okay.
Hey, but listen now, again, we are at Full Moon Barbecue, Main Street. What know what you're gonna order?
It won't just be veggies.
You're not a vegan?
I'm a carnivore.
You're a carnivore? You like ribs?
Mm-hmm.
Rib tips?
Rib tips.
Chicken.
Pork.
They might go out of business tonight. Well, thank you so much. Anything else you'd like to add, Ms. Tanya?
Thank y'all for having me. I was confused as to why you wanted an old player like me. But I appreciate the opportunity to come and sit and talk with you guys.
Well, when we got the invitation, Bernard let us know who was going to be on the show. He said joining us tonight would be former Mississippi State and Murrah basketball player. I said, "What's her name, Bernard?" He did. I said, "What's her name, Bernard?"
Then he gonna tell me, "You know her.
You know her.
What's her name?"
You know her. But he didn't say it was you. So we're so happy to have you here. I mean, you're a joy to be on the show, and I really would like for you to come back.
Okay, just let me know.
Yes, ma'am. You'll come back.
I'll come back.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to say to your friends, family, they be listening, watching you?
Hey, I'm just happy to be here. Talking sports, what I love.
You love talking
I
sports?
love talking sports.
Well, who's your favorite NFL team?
Wherever Mississippi State player is playing.
Please don't tell me like
well, now Mississippi State got a player playing for the Chiefs, Chris Jones.
Yeah, y'all just got rid of Willie.
No. He went to the Saints.
That's
so
right.
now who you gonna like?
That's my
You
team.
gonna like the Saints or the Chiefs? Because
Both of them.
Well, Dax played for the Cowboys.
yeah,
I
Dak.
just like Dak. I don't like the Cowboys.
Well, you just said you.
I
Yeah.
said any team that has a Mississippi
Well, Dak
State
with the
player,
Cowboys.
but I like Dak, not the Cowboys.
Well, how you get it to work?
Yeah,
So you gonna have to put.
Chris Jones.
So when the Cowboys don't have the ball, you want them to get scored
When
on.
they get rid of Dak, which they probably will,
They will.
I'm not gonna be full of Cowboys.
So you like the Cowboys, the Chiefs, and the Saints. Yeah.
Some more Mississippi State players out there.
And you like the Eagles too, because they got
Yeah.
Mississippi State players.
She like the whole NFL. They got Mississippi State players.
players.
Yeah.
If it's a Mississippi State player on the roster, I cheer for them. That's how that works.
So if two Mississippi State players playing in the
Playing
Super
against
Bowl,
each
Like
yeah,
when Fletcher Cox played
Yes.
against that,
yeah, who'd you root for?
both of them. Like when Kansas City
Played Philadelphia.
both of them.
You rooted for both of them. Okay. Oh, people, Tom tell us we got to go. Thank you, Miss Tanya. Thank you so much, Miss Tanya. When we come back, we're going to talk with Ryan Lorthridge. He's going to remember the life of Jackson State head men's basketball coach Andy Stoglin, who passed away this week. We're back in a moment.
Accidents happen, and the Adston Law Firm wants to help you. Don't feel overwhelmed with disruptions to your life that accidents and injuries bring. Let Willie Abston work for you. At Abston Law Firm, you're important to us. Protecting your rights and helping you meet your future needs is our main goal. And we take pride in servicing our clients. We provide you with knowledgeable, caring legal representation. We are experienced and dedicated to helping you. Call for your free consultation today. Abston Law, located at 1307 Airport Road in Flowood.
Hey, this is Josh Trim with Pennington and Trim Alarms. Are you still looking at older blurry cameras for your home or business? It may be time for an upgrade. We now have 4K resolution cameras that have incredible views, not to mention you can view them anywhere right from your mobile device. Give us a call today for your free quote at 601-939-5231. Let us in, we'll keep them out.
We feel strongly that area clients are best served by a financial institution that has roots here, but also has an eye on the future. That's what we believe First Commercial Bank brings to our market. Our ideal is simple: deliver a consistently and exceptionally client experience each and every time. We have a unique story to tell, and our talented associates are dedicated to meeting the needs of our clients every day.
Did you see how he cute? Did you see how he just cute me? All right, welcome back to Talking Sports Live. We're so happy to have with us right now former Murrah High School star, former Jackson State basketball star, and former Golden State Warriors basketball player Ryan Lorthridge. And Ryan is here. And one thing Ryan was saying, everybody will say his name wrong coming up.
Right.
So Ryan, what is it?
It's Ryan Lorthridge.
Ryan Lorthridge.
Like North Ridge.
So say it again, Ryan. Say it.
Lorthridge.
Lorthridge.
With an L.
And I ain't gonna lie,
Lorthridge.
but I'm not gonna lie. I've been calling you Lockridge.
Lockridge for you.
Yeah, but you never say nothing. He never said Jay, but that's not my
I
name.
just shake my head. I look
But we would say on the new we would say Ryan Lorthridge. So, but it's Lorthridge. Yeah, I think we really got it right when Ryan left.
Yeah.
But Ryan, man, thank you so much for joining me again tonight. This week we lost a legendary coach and Coach Andy Stoglin. You played under Coach Stoglin, and like we were saying the other day, what made him so special?
He just was a people's person, man. One thing I loved about him, he put you in the fire, man. He always gave you the opportunity to see where you was as a player. All athletes want to see, where you fare, and he was good at that. We played Arkansas, we played UConn, we played Illinois. The list goes on, but he was well connected, and he knew Nolan Richardson. We played Arkansas every year. He was well connected with a lot of coaches, and he just put you in the right places to succeed, and I appreciate him for that.
And I know you were saying that because of Coach Stoglin, you guys weren't afraid to play anybody,
Right.
and that's how you beat UConn.
And I got that from Coach Jordan too. Erzman Jordan, man, we like even Tanya said with Anna Jackson. When I was in the 10th grade, 11th grade, I didn't get no minutes. So the only time I got to practice was against the girls.
Yeah.
And I got them better. They got me better. So I would have never been able to play in the 12th grade if they didn't get me ready, to perform when I got my chance. So
Wow.
It's a full circle, man. It goes around, and he did the same thing.
Wow.
I just want to know, Ryan, that team that you guys had,
That was 93.
90, yeah,
3,
90, yeah. I was a junior year. That Lindsay, Godfrey Thompson, all them guys, y'all was just special. Y'all was loaded from top to bottom. I think Coach Stock did a great job of recruiting. What made y'all so special?
We were like brothers, man. We lived together.
Yeah.
Now the teams don't live together.
No.
They got apartments. They got all of this. We ate together. We fought together. We walked to the cafeteria together.
Yeah.
You get unity like that.
I agree.
And it helps you when the game is on the line. A lot of times you're going to be down 10, and character comes into play then. You get to see a lot about a person's character when they're losing.
Speaking of character, let's talk about the character, because you guys we were down to UConn. And we came all the way back. It seemed like somebody pushed the button on Lindsay and you and Godfrey, and y'all just went off. What in UConn, you know how difficult that is?
Well, we played Arkansas already. We played in Arkansas. We played in Illinois. We played just tough teams.
Yeah.
When you get put in the fire so much, it makes gold. And you got to put the diamonds through the fire. And we did that, man. He kept us in tough games, and we that's how we succeed. So without him, it wouldn't have been no us.
Yes, that's true.
And Ryan told me, Ryan had that patented move along the baseline.
Yeah, that
nobody could stop.
I don't care what nobody say. That is Ryan Lockwood 2.0. The way Anthony Edwards plays the game, his little move, remind me so much of him.
As Ryan said, I knew when Ryan got that ball down there, they weren't going to stop. They had never seen it.
Yes.
And Ryan said that that was one of the advantages. I know you told me that was one of the advantages, how they didn't know how to stop that move. Because but he said the SWAC people knew, I guess.
When you're playing against SWAC, Stribbling, Ben Job, all of those, they've seen me go baseline so many times. So I used to get the ball, and I would hear Stribbling or whoever, don't let him go baseline.
Yeah.
Before I did it, and I'd be like, oh, he's on it. But UConn didn't know that.
Yeah.
Arkansas didn't know that. Memphis State didn't know that.
Yeah.
We beat Memphis State.
Yeah, I remember that.
We're the only team in 1994 in Jackson State history to beat Memphis State.
Yeah.
And they fired the coach after the game.
They fired him after the game?
They did.
After the season.
After the season, they let him go.
They said, we got something. You play this season over with.
Real Tiger show. Right.
What did they fire UConn's coach after you beat him?
No, they kept Arioma, but we went in there with business on our mind, man. Lindsay was a tough defender, man.
Yeah.
Lindsay was a guy that would push you so hard.
Yeah.
Lindsay was a defensive guy.
Yeah.
People don't realize that he learned how to play offense.
I think his defense complemented his offense, and when he got started on defense, it made his offense better.
That's right.
Yeah.
Lindsay in high school, he was just a defender. That was it. But when he got to college, he learned how to score. But defense just made him the pro he was in the last 18 years in the NBA because of his defense, man.
Tell us about your, Coach Stocklin's impact, not just on Jackson State basketball, but I would say the SWAC and HBCU basketball.
He was, man. Stocklin was a legend, no doubt about it, man. We had some outstanding coaches at the time. Ben Job was another one. Coach
Strill, yeah.
Man, I mean, those guys, man, they made you bring it. You had guys on the other team. Southern kept a squad. Southern had an outstanding basketball.
They did, yeah.
And I always enjoyed playing Southern because Southern shot the ball in 7 seconds. Southern's game plan was up tempo. They played the Golden State Warriors basketball before Golden State.
At Georgia Tech.
That's right. Right. They beat Georgia Tech. We went in the NIT and we beat UConn.
Exactly.
That was two.
I remember that.
Teams
Yes.
went in and dominated.
Yeah.
So, man, we had outstanding players. The SWAC had, unbelievable basketball players. Steve Rogers at Alabama State.
I forgot about Steve.
Man, he
Yeah.
was when I was freshman and sophomore. Steve Rogers was the baddest player I had ever seen.
Really?
Yes. He averaged 29 2 years in a row at Alabama State. 29, 9, and 7 or something like that. Some LeBron type numbers.
Yeah.
And man, when I saw him, I was like, wow, if he's that good, then the swag is Bobby Fields played this up.
Yeah.
Al Ford at Valley.
Yeah.
You know, so we just had pros all the way through the
Yeah,
swag.
that was an amazing time. You're exactly right. I forgot about Al
And let me tell you
Ford.
something. Al Ford could shoot the cover off of basketball like it went. And when he got hot, and what made Al so good was he was so big and strong, but he was quick. Very much so. I mean, you know, there were the days.
Those were some classic games.
Classic
State
game,
and
you know, Valley old
Lindsay and
the
Al
old
Ford.
flow, you know, with the sweat, you know.
Oh, my goodness.
Man, I'm telling you right,
That rubber floor.
that rubber flow that Valley used to
Yeah.
have. What was your toughest place to play at on the road? I want to hear this.
Valley's team wasn't that good, but going to
Yes.
you had to fight those mosquitoes first when you got out the bus. The mosquitoes would beat you up so bad you would be bleeding like
You going in the building?
and they knew you was on the road because of the way you smelled and tasted. So, man, I like playing them too, man, Valley. But they had the slick floor. They beat us my senior year, and they cheated us.
Yeah.
But that one still stings a little bit.
Yeah, I figured. Now I know Alcorn had some battles, you know, back then. Alcorn
had that rubber floor.
had that rubber flow at the time, also.
Mhm.
But I would say the best game I ever seen y'all play.
Me, it was UConn to me because I was there and it went in
And see,
overtime.
and we, you know, I was at school. So when we was down, we was in the union, always looking at it, and I was like, you know, man, look, we had a good year. We ain't gonna worry about it. So we got back, we hung out for a while. When we got back to the dorm, they said that it was in overtime. So when it went to overtime, we started listening to it on the run. I said, if Lindsay and Ryan them get hot, ain't nobody gonna be able to stop them. And when we pulled that out, man, we had a party on campus. And it was just a great feeling to let everybody know that swag basketball is here. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Even to this day, I really feel that if we had the resources, that we could even be better. And you know, back then, you know, you can recruit guys and they'll come, but it seems like it's different today because we just don't have the resources like some of these big schools. And you know, it really is not fair. And you know about that because you know back then, just like football, they would come to HBC to play basketball.
You're absolutely right, man. I remember Jackson State. You got 2 pairs of shoes. You got a practice pair and you got a game pair. And when I got to go to state, and you would have so many shoes, I was like, wow, I was stealing my own shoes. And they're like, you don't have to steal them.
Is that right?
Yeah,
they had so many shoes.
I mean, your locker was so big. And you just every 4 days they would just fill your locker up, warm ups, shorts
For you to keep.
It's yours. You know, every 4 days they would just reach.
He was just like Eddie from Good Times.
And I would be taking 3 pair at a time, and they taught me like, okay, my guy, you don't have to steal them.
Oh,
you know, so.
He was like Eddie on Good Times. Let's send them biscuits. I'm telling you.
But to give you Coach Stoglin's body of work, he coached at Jackson State for 14 seasons from 1989 to 2003. He led JSU to 2 NCAA tournament appearances. That was against Kansas and Southwest. 1 trip to the NIT. Of course, they beat UConn. 3 regular season SWAC titles, 3 SWAC tournament championships. He was a coach of the year 3 times, 91, 93, and 96. And he also coached 2 years at Southern University. So Coach Stoglin was a born winner. We talk about born winners and born losers. Now Jack State had a football coach that was a born loser.
We ain't gonna call his name.
We don't call his name, but it rings a bell.
Yeah.
But we don't call his name, but his face rings a bell. He was a born loser. But Coach Stoglin was just a born winner, man. He didn't look like it. I mean, I know he was a tall guy, big guy. He played with the Globetrotters, you tell me. Yeah, so man, we would definitely miss him.
And his staff, and you know, like Chris Giles and Struggle. I mean, they, you know, I think they complement each other real well.
They did. Giles was a great coach too,
Yeah.
man. But people always, you know, they say Lindsay and Ryan, but it wasn't just us.
Yeah.
We had a nice nucleus of players, man. We had John Taylor. He was freshman of the SWAC. We had my roommate David Simmons, who passed away.
Wow, I didn't know he passed away.
He been dead. David died 10, 15 years
Oh
ago.
wow, I didn't know that.
David
Godfrey Thompson.
Godfrey Thompson could
defensive
jump
player.
out.
Man,
Yeah.
Godfrey Thompson could jump.
Oh, man.
I love watching him.
Man, he was just a great athlete.
I remember we played Valley one time, and I was right by Coach Stoglin on this end, and I was finna throw an alley-oop full court. He grabbed my shoulder and was like, no. I was like, move. Well, I'm finna throw it. It's too late now. And I just threw it, and Godfrey came from, nobody saw him. I was the only one saw him. He came from the back and dunked it, man. I was like, I told you, I see him. Just sit down. He had dunks and block shots that were just unbelievable.
Because you tell me he blocked that shot at UConn.
The game at UConn.
Yeah.
People don't realize that Danielle Marshall had a nice little floater in the lane for the win. Godfrey came. I didn't even see him. Came out of nowhere and blocked it.
Did UConn say anything to you guys afterwards?
Yeah, they did, man. They was like, y'all was tough, man. He said, we played a lot of things. Y'all were tough.
Ray Allen actually gave us a compliment. Like one of his toughest opponents would. He said, man, that Lindsey Hunter and Jack State team that beat us in NIT, they were just, man, they was outstanding. They some great athletes.
And that's when NIT really meant something.
Yeah, it really
don't
mean
mean that now.
No, it don't mean that. But back then it really
He had
did.
the Aberdeen assassin, too.
Yeah, Dwayne Whitfield.
Wow, forgot about Dwayne.
Yeah.
He was a monster.
Yes.
He didn't like to talk, man.
He didn't talk.
He did not like
He
to
was
talk.
such a quiet guy.
He was.
But he was a big, strong.
Wow. Unbelievable basketball player. The Raptors drafted him.
Wow.
Yeah.
So tell us about your time in Golden State right quick.
Man, I was in Rockford, Illinois. I got drafted to the Mexico City Aztecs in the CBA. I was the 4th pick in the first round. They traded me to Rockford, Illinois. I played with Rockford for like 7 games, and Don Nelson called me on the phone.
Really?
And I thought somebody was pranking me. I was like, okay, quit playing around, man. He said, no, this serious. You need to catch a plane at 7 o'clock. We already got you situated. So I flew from Rockford, Illinois, and I landed in Los Angeles. My first game was in the Forum against the Lakers.
Wow.
Who was playing for us then?
The Lakers had Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones,
Sadeo 3, all those guys. Was Sadeo 3
Sadeo
playing?
3,
Yeah.
Bag Up, Eldon Campbell,
Yeah.
Scottie Divac.
Yeah.
Wow.
My first 2
Well, you know
was
everyone?
over. Man, what?
We're going to
That
take a
was
break.
okay.
We're going to finish this. We're going to take a break real quick, and we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Ed Trim with Pennington and Trim Alarms. If you're tired of dealing with those national companies and you'd rather do business with a local company, give us a call at 601-939-5231. We're a company you can trust. Let us in. We'll keep them out.
We feel strongly that clients are best served by a financial institution that has roots here, but also has an eye on the future. That's what we believe First Commercial Bank brings to our markets. Our idea is simple: deliver a consistently exceptional client experience each and every time. We have a unique story to tell, and our talented associates are dedicated to meeting the needs of our clients every day. Visit firstcommercialbk.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Accidents happen, and the Abston Law Firm wants to help you. Don't feel overwhelmed with disruptions to your life that accidents and injuries bring. Let Willie Abston work for you. At Abston Law Firm, you're important to us. Protecting your rights and helping you meet your future needs is our main goal. We take pride in servicing our clients. We provide you with knowledgeable, caring legal representation. We are experienced and dedicated to helping you. Call for your free consultation today. Abston Law, located at 1307 Airport Road in Flowood.
2 seconds later, you got 5 seconds.
Exactly.
But we're talking with Ryan Lorthridge, a former Jackson State basketball star, former Murrah basketball star. Before we went to break, you were asking Ryan about the Lakers?
Yeah. His first game, like, was you nervous?
I was super nervous. He called my name. I was sitting on the end of the bench. I was sightseeing. I saw Denzel Washington. I saw Stars, and I heard him say Lorthridge. And I said it. And my best friend on the team, Victor Alexander, he tapped me. He said, he called you. I said, me? And he was like, yeah, you got to play. And I stood up. My knees was knocking.
Really?
And when I walked on the court, Nick Van Exel said, I got CBA. They started calling me CBA.
Because you came from the CBA.
Because I came from the CBA. So I was like, wow, this is unbelievable. And I shot an air ball, my first shot. And Don Nelson called me to the side, and he said, I'm going to let you play, man. Go out there and have fun.
But I heard he was a good guy.
He was an offensive coach too, man.
Yeah.
He didn't practice on defense not one time. Well,
Well, the whole NBA don't do nothing.
That's right.
Don't play defense.
Offense.
Period. Now.
Yeah.
Man, that's an amazing story. So, when you left it, did you ever think about getting into coaching?
I did. I coach AAU now. I have a 13 and 14-year-old team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I work with them in the summer. I think Tanya Seaton, she got me into it. I trained her son. She called me a few years back. I trained her son, and I enjoyed it. You know, it kind of got me out the house and gave me something to do.
Tanya said she didn't want to coach though.
Well, it's in her blood, you know, but you got to want to do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard with these kids today. You can't really tell them nothing.
That's what she
they're
said.
all on the internet, and, you know, but basketball is a game. You got to get off the phone. You can't get better unless you get inside the rectangle and put in some work.
Who was your favorite Murrah team of all time? Because, you know, y'all had some great teams. Now, that's a hard question. Now, we forgot to ask Tanya that about the girls. But who was your favorite all-time team that ever came through Murrah High School?
I would say man, but after I left, Ronnie and Jesse came. And I saw those two guys. You already had Othello Harris, who was the number one player in the country. Othello was LeBron. People don't realize that, don't remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Othello was LeBron James coming out of high school.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was in Georgetown. But they had Ronnie Henderson and Jesse Payton. And I saw them both score 50 in the same game.
Jesse was a athlete.
Yeah, Jesse was bad boy.
He was a bad boy.
Jesse was unbelievable, man.
So who's your favorite? Who's the best team that ever came through JPS? Now, you know, I'm talking about all of them, like, you know, the Lanillas, the Murrahs, the Provines, the Callaways, because, you know, it's been, you know, I mean, Monte had some too now. They was good.
They wasn't beating 30, 30, and 30. Ronnie averaged 30, Jesse Payton averaged 30, Othello averaged 30.
I agree.
I agree. I would agree with that. Yeah.
Nobody else can say that.
I agree.
Because for the most part, it was Monte by himself.
It was.
Right, he was a one-man show.
But man, looking at those teams that Ryan just mentioned, they beat Jackson State on a little slick tip.
And you know, I'm gonna tell you something else too. I'm gonna tell you something else. I think Coach Jordan did a real good job, and Coach Jackson of really all the great players that they had on the same team. Everybody got a chance to showcase their talent.
Right.
How did all those players get to Murrah though?
They live in the district, but
They lived in the district.
yeah, they live.
Ryan
in
didn't live in that
Jordan
district.
had a lot of houses. Coach Jordan had a lot of houses. And if he needed somewhere to stay, he would,
hook you up there.
But man, we were lucky. We were lucky to see teams like that, man.
Look, I'm gonna tell you something. Jacksonville has so much talent as far as basketball. It is ridiculous. I'm seeing it from all the high schools. You really got to. And I'm like when Tanya said, now it don't change a whole lot. I go to a JPS game now. You may get maybe 100 to 1,000 people up in there. It usually behind when you know the guy from Valley. You say when you get there early, you still may be too late.
Yeah.
I remember when Provine played Murrah at Jackson State that year.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Justin Reed and all them guys was there.
Right.
And I was at school, and we looked out the door and there was a line all the way back, Rob, to where the auditorium is.
Man, I'm telling you, it was rough getting in there. It was tough getting in there, the little small gyms.
Yes.
But it was fun. It was fun back then. It was fun covering those games because I made up nicknames for these guys and I did like those special stuff. But man, it was fun. I really enjoyed watching those guys and the girls team too. And I would tell the guys at the TV station, look, man, we don't just go there and show the guys.
Yeah.
Get there early enough to show the girls too.
Yeah.
You know, so it was fun to watch. It was really, really fun.
I mean, Murrah had so much. I think they elevated the girls' game in the city of Jackson. I'm just being honest. And Coach Reed, like she might tell Tanya them, hey, well, y'all gone, but I got some more coming right now. So that's gonna take y'all spot. And they were just loaded. They were just talented.
Yeah.
Well, people don't realize this, man. Our girls was number one in the state.
Yeah.
So even before the boys' game started, it was
already packed.
It was already packed.
You know, we had Tanya Seaton, we had Portia Patton,
Tara Sheriff.
Tara Sheriff.
Oh,
she was a monster.
And we had the Twin Towers. They were like Duncan and Tim Duncan. You know,
Duncan and David Robinson. Yeah. Tanya with David Robinson or Tim Duncan? Which one?
Tanya was more David Robinson. Tara was more of an offensive threat.
Yeah.
Tanya did pretty much more than just scoring.
Yeah.
Scoring.
Yeah.
She scored, but she did a lot more.
She was a great
more
defensive player.
agile than Tara Chef too.
Wow.
So, yeah, she was athletic.
But again, we thank Tanya Adams. You got to put Adams on there now.
Right.
For being a guest with us.
Got to, because him they come looking for me.
No, he come looking for me. And I also want to thank Ryan. Ryan is always there when I ask for him, man, and I really appreciate that. You know, Ryan did a few of the basketball games this year.
And Ryan, I heard you a couple of times. I said, Rob, you think you did pretty good. That could be your next career, buddy.
I'll take it.
You'll take it.
Money is there, I'll take it.
So, Ryan, any final thoughts on Coach Stoglin?
Man, it hurt so bad, man, to hear that. Coach Stoglin meant so much to all of us, man. When you play for a guy for 4 years, you become family, man. We ate together. We had so many conversations just sitting down, him and I. He always stayed on me about being a leader.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're so talented, Ryan. You have to be the leader. And I
did you not want to be the leader?
It's not so much because being a leader, you have to lead by example.
Yeah.
You have to put in extra work. I wasn't really into all the extra. I'm not gonna be there early.
At least you being honest.
But he wanted you early. He wanted you to be first at everything.
Yeah.
Whenever we ran drills, he wants you first. He always told me, Ryan, when you would be back there running with the bigs.
Yeah.
But as soon as I say, whoever win this one, you don't have to run no more. Here you come right across the line. You first. You can't do that. You got to be first all the time. But
So
it turned out to be the right thing, man. He did so much for me, man. And he taught me how to be a professional.
That's good.
you talk to any of the guys like Lens and all them?
I do, man. We're group chatting now.
Okay.
As far as the funeral and all of that, man. If they have it in Memphis, we're gonna try to make the trip, man, and go and show our respect, man. He was a father figure to us, man. He led us to so many victories. And
I need that Ryan there. Who's the favorite? I mean, like of all the Jackson State basketball team, who was the best? Now you talking about Purvis, Short, and all them boys.
Definitely the best, no doubt about that.
Y'all,
93.
Yeah, I agree.
25 and 9.
Yeah,
that says enough. We were 25 wins, 9 losses.
9
losses.
If you get 20 wins in a college season, you had a great year.
If we would have made it to the NCAA tournament, you think we could?
Have.
Yeah, you think we could have made some noise?
Yeah, he had the flu in the championship game.
I remember that.
He didn't play well.
Yeah,
but I mean, if Lindsey would have been healthy, I think we would have beat Southern.
Yeah, I agree. Southern had a squad that year.
Southern had Leonard White, Javon Scales,
Avery Johnson.
No, he wasn't.
He was gone. Okay.
They had Tim Roberts, Terry Tim.
Man, you bringing back members, call those guys. I remember.
Jones. They had a nice squad, man. Southern was
they were loaded.
They were legit.
Man, I almost got to fighting after the game
with Southern.
With one of the Southern radio announcers.
Well,
he came in there talking.
He
came in there, and I was mad because I was really attached to Jackson State then. And I knew they had a good year. I knew they were going to get a good seed. And this guy came in there, what you got to say now? So we were about to get the tussling in there, man.
So Rob, you agree? Because, you don't see a lot of Jackson State teams, too. That team.
Yeah, now that, of course, with the teams all in ours, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Yes, that was the best team I've seen.
And I agree.
Oh,
and I'm just glad I was in school to see that. I mean, every game in person. That Southwest Missouri game, it was so many people there that people sitting all in the aisle. And that was just a good
And I asked Ryan, I said, what happened with that game, man? That must have been out all night. How you lose to Southwest Missouri? But like I was telling him, at that UConn game, I went up there to Storrs, Connecticut.
Yeah.
On the stats, they had UConn versus Southwest Missouri. And they just marked it out and wrote JSU, knowing that was going to be the next team they were going to play, and Jackson State beat them.
So they disrespected us.
Oh yeah, they didn't cut in. Oh, they didn't cut in. They had all of
y'all know it.
We didn't know
that. All of the stats had had UConn versus Southwest Missouri versus UConn, and then they just marked it out. So they were going to save paper. And they were at
the house.
Yeah, they were at the house.
And people don't realize how good that team was with UConn, Ray Allen, and like you said, Marshall and all them guys. Them guys was good.
Donnie Marshall, Danielle Marshall,
yep.
Kevin Ollie.
Yep, and all of them went to go play in the NBA.
All of them. They had maybe 5 or 6 NBA guys.
Yes, they was good.
And why were Jackson State guys picked in the NBA that year?
Lindsey went lottery.
Oh yeah, Lindsey did. He sure did.
And you
but
went.
Godfrey should have gone.
Godfrey should have gone. Yeah, Godfrey should have went eventually.
Godfrey, Godfrey went overseas. He played a long time overseas. Godfrey was just a defensive wizard. Man.
He was. And could jump.
And could jump, man. I mean, he was unbelievable. He was 6'8". He could block shots, and I mean, he could block shots with the best of them.
Well, man, look, like Rob said, you know, you always been a good friend of mine. Not only were you a great basketball, but you're a great person. Always have been, always been humble, and you can tell that you was raised right. And at the end of the day, I wish you nothing but success. Maybe one day you you know, take Rob play when he retires.
Which is coming up real soon. It's time. But Ryan, again, man, our condolences to you.
Yeah.
With Coach Stoglin. I miss him, man. He was a really, really good coach. Always cordial to me. Win, lose, draw, he would always talk. He wasn't like some of these coaches. They get mad when they lose, but win, lose, draw, man. That's what I mainly remember. What upset me, I was listening to one of the radio shows this morning, and their memory of Coach Stoglin was something that happened with the team, with something with the police or something like that. I'm like, man, do y'all have to bring that up? Y'all have to bring that up.
Something negative.
Yeah, something negative. I'm like, but come on, man. Mention UConn. Mention, like Ryan said, he beat Memphis State and all these guys. Played Arkansas. But no, they mentioned something with, I remember when Jackson State had, it was a controversy with that team. I'm like, man, get out of here with that.
Well,
but anyway.
We got time for one more question.
Yeah.
Right now, you got a Murray grad that's leading our basketball program. Mo Williams. You think that, you know, tell me about, you think, I mean, I think he has the program heading in the right direction.
I'm looking forward to this season.
Yeah, I am too.
We just got the guy from Pascagoula, Dorian.
Yeah, he's good.
I think he can be special. I coached him in the Josh Hubbard Showcase about a couple of weeks ago. This guy, he has, I'm telling y'all, look out for Dorian McMillan.
You heard it here first.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Great. And Mo just had the unfortunate luck. Everybody was hurt. When they beat Missouri, I was like, ooh, Jackson State is injuries. Everybody was hurt at the same time, and he never overcame that, man. Never overcame that. But Ryan, again, thanks again. Anybody you want to say hello to?
Man, that's it, man. You know, all the Tiger Nation, man, come out and support the team, man, and I look forward to seeing you guys.
Want to thank our producer there, Bernard Moore. He's the producer, director. And if you could turn the camera around and see all this stuff he got on the table. He got electric cords. He got monitors. He got all kind of stuff. And then I also want to thank our floor director, Ed Bishop. You don't know if you're on or if you're on.
If you don't, and then you go from 30 to 5 seconds in 2 seconds.
And he also climbed down the building.
You know, he climbed down the Regents building.
The Regents building.
Wow.
Yeah, 20.
That guy, man, I've been knowing him a long time.
Really?
So y'all let him make it.
We're going to let him make it. We're going to let him.
All right. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. See you back next week.
Appreciate it.